Hey everybody, it's the Boss Lady here, coming to you with Talk About It Tuesday. By the time you see this, it probably will be Tuesday evening, but Boss Lady had to handle some boss deals, and I'm not talking about shopping. But anyway, at any rate, um, wanted to talk to you guys about today, kind of leading up into the holidays. Y'all know I'm super duper excited, and for those who follow me on Instagram, y'all know. But I wanted to like start today because next week is November 1st. And I want to just kind of start with some holiday either preparations or, different things like that. But the first order of business, as far as holidays are concerned, is starting off with your budget. And setting a budget for, what you would like to spend, what your top budget is, making your list for, who you are going to purchase for. And then also looking at your finances and seeing as, where the money going to come from to execute the holiday shopping or food buying that you would like to, do. So the reason why I'm starting it today is because Boss Lady, like I said, I was handling some boss deals. So I was, looking at my finances and I was looking at, bank account and bills and this and that, so I was handling some, some boss deals in my household. And, I had talked to a few different people, family included, and I've been hearing kind of the same thing. And everybody's kind of making a comment of, well, I just have a credit card, I'm just going to swipe it, purchase what I need to purchase, and then pay it off, after the holidays. Now, for some people, okay, if you want to do that, that's fine. Boss Lady does not recommend using credit cards for your holiday purchases, whether it's for food, whether it's for gifts, whether it's for parties, whatever you do during the holidays. I don't suggest using a credit card unless you just got it like that. And I'm sorry, but folks I know, including myself, I don't have it like that. Because it can get to a point where you get to swiping that card and yes, you're getting what you want to get, but then, 30 days later, 29, 28 days later, that bill does show up. You know what I mean? And sometimes some people, they're not able to afford the payment, I mean, and you don't want to get wrapped up in that, oh, just $20 a month. $20 is only paying your interest. That's not even paying towards the balance unless your balance is $20. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm speaking from experience, so I don't want you to think that, oh, Boss Lady preaching. No, I'm speaking from experience. Anything that I talk about in my Talk About It Tuesday, either I have experienced it or it has come past my pathway somehow, some way. So, and I will be the first to admit that, in my younger years, I was not financial savvy. I was told, oh, you got credit card, go on, girl, hit that bank, whatever. It's not good if you don't have a great financial sense or a financial background, financial stability and restraint. So, and I'm saying this because, I have been posting to Instagram, different things that I've purchased or, savings or whatever. And I want you to know the savings are out there. A lot of people are so anti Black Friday, but for some people, Black Friday is the only time that they can shop. So, I understand the anti-Black Friday folks, but if that's only when a person has the means to shop, leave that person alone. Honestly. Now, Boss Lady, I'm an avid Black Friday shopper. I have shopped Black Friday so much it's not funny. But I allocate for that. But I will say this for my Black Friday shoppers who are not privy to this information, there are better deals than Black Friday. You can get deals right now better than Black Friday, honestly. Because my birthday is in the month of November, I sign up for every and any email reward system, whatever. I get emails constantly leading up to my birthday with 20% off, 25% off. Here's $15, here's $5, where I'm able to use those emails and those coupons or whatever towards my holiday purchases. So then that brings my out of pocket down. I suggest that helps, with me being a person who gets emails from JCPenney's. I know when they're giving out the coupon. So I got the email. I ran out there, got my coupon. 10 off of 10. I'm sorry. Who doesn't like free? Or even if you're paying $1, $2 over, that's okay, because look at all the product you're getting for free. So, there's other ways around using a credit card. There's other ways around not really having a shop for Black Friday. Now, I'm not anti-Black Friday, but, I just want to help out my viewers who, they want to have a nice Christmas. They want to be able to purchase and buy and whatever. I just want to give you the ins and outs of ways to be able to do it without putting yourself at financial hardship, because I have been there. It's not fun. What I did this year, and I'll try to post a couple clips. I did some screenshots, but what I did this year, I went on my Google Play and I found an actual Christmas list app. And it allows you to put your budget in. It allows you to put your list of people in. It allows you to put your ideas in. It even allows you to, once you make your purchase, you can say, okay, I purchased this. This is how much I spent. You can even put pictures in there so you can know, okay, I've already purchased this, so I'm not going to repurchase or rebuy the same thing. And then what I did was I had an overall budget. And then what I did, I went person by person or family by family. And I put in how much I really want to spend for that family or that person. And then what it does is it gives me my overall budget and then the budget that I set for the entire, group of family members. And actually my overall is way more than my actual, which is awesome. And it gives me that buffer. Now, as far as, how do I come up with the money for all that? Just as I told you, I use my coupons. I use gift cards. I get gift cards throughout the year. You know how you can go to Target, and if you spend, if you buy like 2 things a bounce this week, I think you get a $5 gift card. If you buy Listerine and Colgate, I think you got to buy 3 items off that list and you can get a $5 gift card. Gift cards just come in handy. So I just stack mine up. Also, with my travels, I am a part of the Wyndham Rewards program, and after I get so many points, I can go to the reward center and I can, request a gift card. And so I had enough, and I can get $25 gift card, or if I got more than enough points, I can get higher amounts. I think the lowest is $25, and then it goes up in increments. There's also where another way of getting gift cards is like if you do like online surveys and things, and if you build up so many points, then you can get gift cards that way. And I've done that as well. So what that does is, even though my budget is here at let's say $1,000, and then my budget for a family is like, I would say if my overall is 1,000, then my for a family is like 700. I still got that buffer in there if I need to use it. And then what I do is I don't put in how much I spent in gift cards, but I just put in how much I spent really out of pocket. So I'm actually getting more for my money, so to speak, because I do have the gift cards to use to kind of, balance out. So, so I just want to talk with you viewers, the bosses out here, and just let you guys know that there are ways to go about preparing for the holidays without breaking the bank. Now, if you have to use a credit card, I would suggest do within budget for yourself. Like, don't spend no more than what you can pay off the following month. So, say for instance, next month when the bill comes, you can give them $200. Don't spend no more than $200. That way, boom, you can pay your balance completely off. Don't just pay the minimum, because the minimum hurts you in the long run too. So, or if you have to pay the minimum, pay a little over the minimum so it does start chopping away at that balance. And the reason why I'm saying this, I'm not a accountant, by trade, but I do work with, people's accounts, if that makes sense. And I do work with people's finances, if that makes sense. So, it works to not just pay the interest. It works to try to pay the principal. And I will tell you, Boss Lady has learned the hard way more than once in my almost 40 years. And so I just want to be, candid with that. No, I'm not going to go into detail because that's Boss Lady's business, but just let you know that, credit cards to me are the devil. And, when my family member mentioned that, oh yeah, I got this credit card and, it'll just be one bill. And I'm thinking that's not good, and I love her dearly and she know I do. And I'm going to talk with her again, but I'm just like, there's deals out there, mom, sister, whatever. There's deals out there. You can get the deals. If I can go and buy something that's regularly $20 and I can get it for 60 cents, that tells you there are deals out there. So, I got 2 gifts and only spent $1.20 this past weekend. So I'm just saying there are deals out there. Just be mindful, watch the sales. If you go to a certain stores, like if you go to Target, if you go to Walmart, you go to Kohl's, Penny's, Sears, watch their ads and, kind of go to the store, kind of get a feel for what you're looking for and have ideas. That helps too. If you have ideas of gifts for your family members and your friends, that helps. Especially like with Miss Peanut. Miss Peanut has friends and we do gift exchange. And so it's nice if you kind of go already with an idea in mind. Like I know one of her friends, she likes Shopkins, just like Miss Peanut. She also likes Lala Loopsy and Littlest Pet Shop and Minecraft, stuff like that. So when I'm out in the stores and I'm looking, because I talk with her mom on a frequent basis, I can kind of get a feel for what mom has already purchased and what's out there that's a deal that I can pick up for Miss Peanut to have as a gift exchange, and I don't spend buku money, because we all know toys cost a lot, and if you can get a deal, get that deal. Last year, I know, because I am a Shop Your Way points member or whatever, when I get those emails and, I can get, if I spend XYZ, I'll get this, I'm right at the store. I'm at Sears. I'm at Kmart. We only have one Kmart left, I think. But, I'm there and I got stuff for next to nothing. Or if anything, I'm getting something that's $14.99, but I'm getting it for like $3. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way to go about it. I am going Black Friday shopping. Yes. And I'm excited. I haven't really mentioned that till really today, but my Black Friday partner, I don't know if we're actually going together because I'm probably going with baby girl, but at any rate, we are already kind of knocking out the sales and things, and we kind of know what we're looking for, what we're not looking for. She knows I'm a night owl, so, if I'm waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I see, boom, here's a sale, I'm sending it to her because that's what we do. A lot of stuff, we're kind of knocking out now, and it's working for us. So, it's kind of nice to have a partner in crime like that. As time goes on and I see different sales, I will be posting them to Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you may want to do so, because I will be posting different sales and things so that, if it's something that you're interested in, go out there and shop for it. One last thing, and I'll wrap this up. Also, I'm sure you guys want to know, well, Boss Lady, how do you do it? If you're setting a budget for XYZ, well, how are you able to have the money? Like I said, times past, I would just swipe a card. Boss Lady is not swiping no card unless it's a debit card with my bank account, my bank card. But what I do is I allocate money to my savings account every paycheck. Actually, it used to be every month, and then I move it to every paycheck. So I have money that goes into my savings every month. But just because I put money into savings doesn't mean that whatever that, if my budget is, I would say 500 and I got 1,000, that doesn't mean I'm going to go spend that whole 1,000 on Christmas. I don't get me wrong. I still set a budget. So I literally I used to write it out. Now I have an app, but I write down what my budget is, and then I just allocate money to savings. And my money that goes to savings never changes, but when I get to my holiday budget piece of it, then that money comes out, and then I just use that to shop. And that's how it works for me. Now we just came back from vacation, so money kind of got a little turned around a little bit there, and I'll be honest about it. But that's why Boss Lady was handling some boss deals today to make sure that going forward for the holidays and everything's taken care of. So and then some of my gifts that I purchase or get, some I just pay shipping for because I may have gotten a coupon where it says, okay, like with Shutterfly, free calendar, and you have to order it by a certain day. All you do is pay shipping. I've done that for the last 4 years, and I've done that for my father-in-law. My father-in-law loves to get pictures of Miss Peanut. So what I do is I do a calendar for him, and I get a coupon every year without fail. And I make sure I get in there, I order that calendar for him, and I just pay shipping. And shipping is only like $6 and something. So that's not a lot of money, So, I may have like allocated for him like father-in-law $15. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the calendar is only going to cost me $6, and then whatever's left over, I might pick up something else just to kind of put with it, something small or whatever, or, whatever I can find. So there's ways around getting nice gifts for a fraction of the cost. And then for those who are DIYers who can do crafts and things, if you have people who don't mind craft gifts, go for it, I'm not there just yet. I mean, I did do some last year, but I do what I can. So that's my Talk About It Tuesday, guys. I just wanted to bring this to you because I thought it was important that I bring this up now, because going forward, starting next week, pretty much all my Talk About It Tuesdays will be somewhat holiday related, regardless of the topic. It will have something to do with the holidays because I'm just there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. To all the bosses out there in YouTube land, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see everybody in a new video. Bye-bye.